Bitcoin has officially broken below the parabolic trajectory, putting us in a lower high, lower low formation. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kevin Svenson here. So Bitcoin has officially broken below the parabolic trajectory. If you guys have been watching this channel for the past month or so, things have pretty much played out exactly as we've been expecting. Just like we were talking about in the past few videos, Bitcoin is seeing a break out of the parabolic trajectory similar to Litecoin and Binance Coin, Litecoin being a bit of a leading indicator in this market. So right now, Bitcoin is experiencing a similar reaction on the 3-day chart here. So looking at the 12-hour time frame, right now, Bitcoin is in a lower low, lower high trajectory, which does technically put us in a downtrend. It does look like we are getting some support here off of 9,100, so we might see a short-term bounce back, moving back towards the $10,000 psychological level. So if we do bounce off of the $9,100 level here and move back across the $10,000 level and use it as support once again, then it becomes increasingly more likely that we do test back up to retest not only the downward sloping resistance, but also the upward sloping parabolic support line as potential resistance again, which could put us at a target of about $12,000 on the next bounce to the upside. Now, of course, if we do get rejected at $10,000, then likely we would be seeing a continued push to the downside and most likely hitting my downside target of about $7,500, which comes in at the 618 golden retrace. I don't expect the price to just come down here in one straight shot, although it is possible at this point. I would expect that we would see a bit of a bounce back, potentially retesting above 10,000 again, potentially retesting upwards of $12,000 before getting a potential pullback to the $10,000 level. So there's a few other interesting things I want to discuss right now as to what may or may not be happening in this market cycle right now. So if we just take a look at the Bitstamp chart, looking at the weekly chart right now. So on pretty much every single one of the parabolic swings during the last bull market, Bitcoin did come back to retest the golden retrace. You can look at pretty much any of my last videos that demonstrates this for you, that Bitcoin does retest the golden retrace on every one of its parabolic swings. So, it is possible right now that Bitcoin is on track to, retest towards the golden retrace at the $7,500 level. But there's another potential right now that I am seeing, and that is the potential that the market psychology right now is showing similar signs of the end of a major market cycle. So it is possible at the moment that Bitcoin is hitting the top and is potentially ready to actually go into another bear market. So the two potentials right now is that Bitcoin is forming a long-term parabolic move. We are ready to, retrace to the golden retrace and form a long-term parabolic swing. And the second option, the second potential right now is that Bitcoin is now nearing the end of the market. It's a major market cycle. So a lot of you bulls out there are not going to want to hear this right now, but the market psychology is actually showing extremely similar signs from the last bull market. If you just take a look here, even just the chart itself is almost a spinning image. We have this high here with this lower high here. If you just take a look, this high here, this lower high here, and then we start seeing these lower low formations here, pretty much almost exactly the same. If you're looking at Bitcoin's last discernible swing low of the parabolic move of the last bull market to the swing high of the bull market, we got a pullback, just about 100% retrace from the last discernible swing low of the parabolic move in the last bull market. If you're looking at this area here from the last discernible swing low, it's coming in at about $7,500, which is also the golden retrace from swing low to swing high. So right now, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm kind of on the fence of whether, is the market psychology the same from the last bull market, from the last blow off top of the last bull market, or are we really ready to create a long-term parabolic swing? Overall, I am bullish on Bitcoin long-term. I do think Bitcoin has a future. So basically, the way that we'll find out whether Bitcoin is ending a major market cycle right now or whether we are ready to create a long-term parabolic move, the way that, I'm personally going to be looking at this is, if Bitcoin, looking at this parabolic move right here as a good example, let's just go to the weekly. If Bitcoin is able to create some sideways action here and then have a strong pullback to the 618 fib retracement and find good support and rally, then I would say, okay, we're most likely creating a long-term parabolic move. But if we see Bitcoin retracing to the $7,500 level and creating horizontal lows, I would say that we are very likely entering another bear market, believe it or not. But if Bitcoin is able to create some sideways action and then have a strong pullback to the 618 fib retracement and bounce, then I would say we are very likely due for a long-term parabolic move. So the next month or two is going to be very telling for Bitcoin. If we can get some sideways action here, holding above the 9,000 level about, maybe ranging in between the 382 and the 236, then I would say likely we're due for a nice pullback for a continued parabolic move in the beginning of a long-term bull market. So if Bitcoin does, pull back to about 7,500 or so, and if we do actually start forming, horizontal lows at this level, then I would say we are actually likely due for the next bear market, and potentially creating another descending triangle pattern. Maybe the market psychology would be similar in this way to the last bear market, possibly. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. In the next few months are going to be very telling, in my opinion. In the short term, I don't really care anymore what happens in the short term. Now I'm focused on the long term. So, guys, definitely stay tuned. We're going to be keeping track. We're going to be looking at this very, very closely to try to figure out, are we ending this market cycle, or is Bitcoin ready to create a long-term parabolic move? So I will see you guys in the next video. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon.